everyone, welcome back to Pobby and Oz. Hope we're all doing really well. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And we're absolutely ploughing through them. And we're here now. Finals content. For a change, my team are in this competition. They're in this stage. How good is that? You can go a step further, become a member of the channel. You can do that. Link is in the description. So if you want to do that, it really helps the channel. It helps us do all these wonderful things, give back. The tickets we gave away for the final, the background, the content, the quality of the content. We want to make this as the best freelance type for your AFL news. And we're here for the final series' preview. So we will be doing individual ones as we go on through the week. But I thought we'd do a brief foray into what the finals looks like. And obviously, we start on Thursday, 7:20, Collingwood versus Melbourne. And the best side throughout the year against one of the best sides in the short term of the year. Obviously, Collingwood's recent form, 2 wins, 3 losses. Melbourne's recent form, 4 wins, the 1 loss to Carlton. But both sides here did lose to Carlton. So there is that there, just a little bit of a humble brag. But going into this game here is a really intriguing one, I find, because this game is one of them games that whoever loses this could be in serious risk of going out in straight sets. Whoever loses this game does go and play on the winner of Carlton and Sydney, which we'll come on to, which I think both of them games are very tricky prospects. One, Carlton, they're hungry. They've waited for a lifetime for this moment. And Sydney, they've been there and they've done it. They know their way around this. They have a little bit of hunger, just like Carlton, in the avenue of they have an unanswered question in finals with that grand final last year. But on to Collingwood and Melbourne. At this venue, historically, 85 times to Collingwood, 59 times. There's not much to read into that. Both of these sides play a real distinctive brand. You've got Melbourne. They love to be tough around the contest. They love to make it tough around there. They've got +2 on clearances here and contested possessions, they're +10. They're a rugged style. They're hard at it. Collingwood, they're more free-flowing. They're looking to get the ball moving very quickly. They're looking to get the ball running at pace. They're looking to counter-punch you, and they're also looking to score in clusters. This is a game here that, attack versus defence, really. You've got Collingwood with probably the better attack on the ball, where you've got Melbourne, the better defensive side. And overall in the midfield, you'd say that Melbourne have the edge. This could be an absolute great game. This could be a great game. Now, do I read into the injuries? I suspect Collingwood, if you're 70% fit playing this, they've got 2 chances at it. And that is why, against loyalty, to prove I'm unbiased, I am going with Collingwood. I think Collingwood will win this one in a real tight game by 7. Now, I know they've got some injuries to that backline and stuff, but I suspect that they turn it on one last time in this game, and I reckon they'll put Melbourne to the sword. The reasons for that, I just feel that Collingwood, even though they're missing them guys down the back, I don't look at the key forward combination at Melbourne as something that would be a risk to them. They can still counter-punch on the back. They can still move the ball fast, and they kick in clusters. I suspect here as well, home ground advantage, both of them play at the G. Collingwood are going to flood this. The noise is going to be electric. And I suspect Collingwood will out as the winners of this game. And it should be an intriguing counter. 3 days to go for that one. And then we go on to my Blue Boys. This game here is a game that I am amped for. I can't wait for this one. Carlton finally returned to the promised land after almost, it is 10 years. Let's not lie. And there is a question mark over that one, isn't there? Because we got in there through Essendon's dodginess. But at this venue, it's 6-4 at the G. We don't often play here. The last 10 matches between the two sides, 4 and 6 in Melbourne's favour. But that does have 5 games played when Carlton were propping up the ladder. And this game here is an intriguing fixture when you look at it. It's really intriguing. Both sides 4-1 in their last 5 games. Both sides lost the last game of the season. Melbourne beat Sydney. Carlton did lose to GWS. Both sides as well have recently beat the side that beat the other. It's a real intriguing fixture. And this is a game that Carlton will go in and look in that we don't have much data. Last time we played them, it was against Sydney in the SCG. Carlton were in some kind of chaotic transient playing. The last time that we played these boys in Melbourne was at Marvel. Carlton beat them by 15 in round 10. So Carlton will be going into this game believing that they can and should believe that they can win this. Carlton, for me, unbiased, are one of the most dangerous sides in here because they're the only ones that haven't told you anything in the last week. And we know that form in the season in finals goes out of the window. But Carlton will be looking at this and saying that their rebound 50 rate, their ability to counter press will be a huge avenue. Their defense is so strong, the Blues, and that's what they'll be looking at, particularly the massive swing, +5 in clearances and +13 in contested possessions. The Blues will be looking at this game and going, we can bully them at the G with a raucous home crowd. And I suspect that Carlton here are going to put on a show as well. Now, the model that I use is saying that it's a 9-point win to Carlton. I actually think Carlton will win this by 22. And the reason is I just think that they are stronger. I think throughout the year this year, both sides, if you compare them, Carlton have obviously been better. Hence, we finished 5th. Hence, they didn't. But also, I think when you look at the key metrics, the ones that they lead, things like tackles, things like goals, you're talking one more. You're talking one more. The pressure numbers are very good as well for Carlton. And this will be a game here where Carlton will be looking at and saying, we can take these games on. I am predicting Carlton by 22 in this one. And they will go through and play, obviously, Melbourne, which will be an absolute grouse tie. And it stops Carlton having to travel too far, which they won't have to. Anyway, up next, St Kilda versus GWS. This game here, I think, is one of the more intriguing. First time at this venue on the 9th. 8-5 St Kilda have it in their favour, which should be intriguing, particularly the earlier game in round 10 where they won by 12 points. You have to go back to round 7, 2019, the last time GWS beat them. And why is that, right? It's very interesting. Both of these sides play a very quick base. They both love the corridor. They both look to move the ball fast. The big thing here, and I think the big differential between the two sides, is the backline. I think St Kilda and their ability to be very rigid, and it's a very rigid system, will be exciting. You look at recent form, 3 out of 5 for both sides, and there's not much to read into the losses. You could say that GWS beat Carlton, that Carlton beat St Kilda, but no one with a working brain says Carlton went full bore in that game. The pundits, the press, everyone is on the same page. One side was trying, one side isn't. I think this is the intriguing one. I think people are going on GWS's side. However, what I see is a side at the G ready to play that wide style. And I think that, in my opinion, St Kilda have the better wide. They have the better spread. And I think this is a game too far. I find that GWS are getting more praise than St Kilda. And in my humble opinion, considering I don't like either side, I think what St Kilda have done is remarkable, the style and the brand that they've played, and I've got to give props. So there is always something that goes against the norm in finals, right? And at $2.10, St Kilda is tasty. I will go and put my neck on the line and say that St Kilda win this one by a goal. St Kilda win this one by a goal, and they go in to face the losers of this game. And this is Brisbane versus Port. This is probably the exciting tie of the round. At this venue, at the Gabba, 13 wins to 6. All time, it's nearly split, 20-19. And they've got the round 1 fixture in Brisbane side, right? So that will be in Port side. So Brisbane will remember that. Brisbane will remember that. You mark your bottom words. But that was in Port. When it's been at Brisbane, they have an average of a 30-point win. And both sides have got pretty impressive form. Brisbane have won the last 4. Port have won the last 3. Brisbane, though, they'll fancy this. They will fancy this. And I feel like this is a coming of age for Brisbane. This is one of them games when you look at it and you go, okay, Brisbane have got to start doing it. They've been here a few times and they just seem to always let you down. I feel this is the time that Brisbane come out and they really put on a show. And for a side that really looks to play and control the footy with very precise kicking and get the ball going fast, I feel that Brisbane are the side to beat. Port are a very direct side where Brisbane like to go in and around the clutches, are a better balanced side, particularly in that final third of the ground and that back third of the ground. I suspect here that Brisbane will put on a show, and I think that this could be a 28-point win to Brisbane. Brisbane will be confident going into this one, and I think that they'll enjoy it, which will make some really intriguing fixtures, won't it, going into the AFL final series. I am amped, and I'm really looking forward to doing some AFL finals content. Hopefully, well, not hopefully about it. I will be invested in this for quite a long way. So if you enjoyed it, please make sure you like, please make you subscribe. It takes 3 to 4 seconds to do that, and it really helps the channel out. Numerical game, this, so it really helps. Much love, everyone. We'll come back and we'll do some more in-depth reviews and in-depth previews of these games. But much love. Look after yourselves. Pom out.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad.